Today, we're answering one question. Is the pepper cannon worth the hype? What's up, barbecue fans? My name's Jake, and today we're looking at the pepper cannon. I've had this guy for about a year. You guys have seen it in a ton of videos. I bought this myself, and this is not a sponsored video. This is just me sharing my thoughts on this guy. We're looking at three different areas. Number one, we're gonna look at the construction of this. Number two, we're gonna look at the performance, because that's where all the hype is. And number three, we're gonna look at the versatility of it. And might be one thing that I don't like about it. I'm gonna share that too. So let's talk about the construction. First and foremost, when you pick this guy up, you know that you're playing with something serious. I mean, you know, years ago when I was a kid, you put a roll of quarters in your fist and knock someone out. Not that I ever did that, of course. But if you ever have a home intruder, I mean, grab a hold of this thing, smack them, knock them out. When they wake up, their clothes are gonna be out of style. I mean, this is something serious, let me tell you. In fact, if I weigh it, it weighs 1 pound, 1.6 ounces. It's hefty. No pepper in there, quick release top, no pepper in there. That's just the weight of it, right? This is made from a solid piece of aerospace grade aluminum. And then we've got stainless steel throughout it. And we've also got high carbon stainless steel burrs inside. So this thing is built like a tank. It's gonna last a very long time. So from a construction perspective, it's definitely a win. The other thing I forgot to mention here though, is that dual ball bearings. I mean, check that out. It is so cool. The first time you pick it up, like it just goes forever. So from a construction point of view, I think we got a winner. Let's talk about performance. So the claim here is 10 times more pepper per turn, and I'll tell you what, it definitely puts out some pepper. Let me show you. We're just gonna use some Costco peppercorns here. I'll put in a little bit. Not too many. And the other thing here is we go from 8 mesh all the way to 60 mesh. So you've got a ton of adjustability. I had turned this down last time I used it, so I'm gonna make it coarse. It's gonna be about a 16 mesh. And what we're gonna do here is, let me get my timer out here, and I'm gonna hit my stopwatch, and I'm gonna go for 15 seconds in real time so that you guys can see this. And go. Stop. Tell me that it's not some serious pepper in 15 seconds. I mean, let me bring you in close so you can see this pile. Let me go get a tablespoon and we'll see how much we got here. So got you nice and close, you can see, I mean, it is a pile. You can hear my Ollie's over there drinking. So there's 1 tablespoon. A little bit more on the board here, but I would say that's probably just over 1.5 tablespoons in 15 seconds. I think the claim of 10 times more pepper is accurate. I have an expensive, I think they're called a Peugeot. And I'll tell you what, I bought it because it's got 6 different settings on it and it has nothing on this. In fact, it actually broke after 1.5 years and it was like 70 bucks. So actually I have it right here, let me tell you. Here it is right here. It's got like 6 settings. You can see down here, right? It's broken. The gears in it are all broken. 1.5 years and this thing was like 70 bucks. So just to give you an idea, when you buy a high-end pepper grinder, you're gonna spend a little bit of money on them. But this I was very disappointed in. So let's talk about versatility. So we just finished grinding this. I cleaned up a little bit, but let's say I want to go from black to white pepper, right? So we dump this out. We're clean. Man Kitchen has their own pepper. They've got a smoked pepper, a white pepper, and a black pepper. The smoked pepper is delicious, I will tell you that. It's actually my dad's favorite. Of course, after having one of these, I had to buy my dad a pepper cannon because it worked well for me when I first got it, but we're gonna put a little bit of white pepper in here. Not too much, just enough to kind of show you what's going on. Put this back together. Oh, yeah. Put this back together. Just like that, we've got some white pepper, right? Get rid of that. Clear that out. Now let's say you want to make a small batch of sweet Italian sausage meat for some pasta or a stromboli or something like that. One of the things you're going to use in there is fennel seeds. Now what you should do is you should warm these up first, but typically what people will do is they'll warm them up, bring out some of the oils and aroma from it, and what they'll do is they'll put it in a grinder or a mortal pestle and they'll knock it out, but look at what I can do. Now that is still that 16 mesh, right? It's a little bit coarse. Man, I love that smell. I love some sweet Italian sausage. I'm gonna be making some with stuff with some mozzarella soon, so if you wanna check those out, be sure to subscribe. But we're on pretty coarse right now, so let's go down to a fine. If you want more of a... So I don't know if you can really see the difference on camera, but that's significantly finer, and I have not gone as fine as it can go. I just cranked it in a handful of notches there. So not only can we do something like fennel seed, we can do something like coffee. So I've got some coffee here. You can make yourself a coffee rub. Let me get rid of this first, actually. Dump that out. So that's a little coarse. We'll go even a little finer. So you can grind not only pepper, but fennel seed, coriander seed, mustard seeds, coffee, rosemary, cloves. I mean, anything that you can think of, you can grind as long as it's about not too much bigger than a coffee bean. So now you've got a whole world of rubs open to you, and even if you're just doing brisket, I make 2 parts pepper to 1 part salt all the time, and I'm making like 6 tablespoons of pepper, and I'm doing it under 2 minutes. It's fresh, it smells and tastes so much better than the pre-ground stuff. That brings us to my one and only complaint. You know, I know why this is. It would be nice to figure out a solution to it. The range is very, very wide, right? 8 to 60 mesh is a huge range. The issue is that if you look in here, it just says coarse and fine, but you can't tell where you are, right? So it'd be nice if there was some markings in here. I know it goes around a lot, so it'd be difficult to figure out if you're around the first time or the second time. So I don't really have a good solution to it, but if there was a solution and Man Kitchen could figure that out, I would love it, because then I could just lock it in at 16 mesh. I mean, you can eyeball it. Let's face it, when we're making brisket or whatever, if it's, you know, 14 mesh or 18 mesh, it's pretty darn close. It's not gonna make that big of a difference. It'd just be nice to know. That brings us to the conclusion and answer the question, is the pepper cannon worth the hype? My answer is yes. I barbecue over 100 times a year between YouTube and personal cooking. 95% of that stuff has pepper on it. I've put this thing through the paces. It's built like a tank. Yes, it's expensive, but I'm a big fan of buy once, cry once. You get what you pay for, and this thing is built like a tank, and it's worth every penny. Now the great thing is I have a 10% discount code down below. There's a link in the code. It's just Rum and Cook. You can check out their website. You can get this. Again, not sponsored. I bought this with my own money, but I did ask them to be a partner in 2024 because I like the product that much. If you want to win one for free, there's also a link for my 25K giveaway contest. Sign up for that, and Pepper Cannon's going to be giving one away free, as well as a whole bunch of partners. They're on that page. It's going to be a great giveaway, so sign up for that. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe while you're down there. Thanks, as always, for watching. I'll see you soon.